Arkadaşlar merhaba. Today we will continue to talk about to be structure. In the last video we talked about to be in positive statements, and today we will focus on negative and questions. So the negation of to be statements are done by adding değil in the end, along with the personal endings, of course. So what happens is that, when we actually have our pronouns as our subjects or any other subject, we will have an adjective or a noun in the middle, and then we will negate that adjective or noun using değil, and then we will add our personal endings to değil. Personal endings are always in the end. Personal endings are always going to be the same for to be negative, since the negation word is always değil. Please note that stress is on the last syllable here, and the personal endings for ben, ending for ben is im, for sen is sin. There is no personal ending for o. Biz is is, and siz is siniz, and onlar is ler, and it's always going to be ler. Let's take a look at some examples. Here in this table, again, we have our pronouns listed, and we have 6 adjectives or nouns here in the second column, and negation is always done with değil, and the personal endings are in the last column. So when the pronoun, the subject is ben, let's say if the adjective or noun is diplomat, ben diplomat, and I'm negating by using değil, and I'm adding my personal ending to değil. So this reads as ben diplomat değilim. So the common mistake here is actually trying to keep the im with the adjective or noun, but don't forget that personal endings always have to be in the end. So since we have değil here as a marker of negation, we have to attach our personal ending to it. So the second row is about has the pronoun sen. Adjective or noun is this time is evli. Evli means married. So sen evli değilsin. You are not married. The third one is o, he, she, it. I'm using the adjective here, yorgun, which means tired. So sen, pardon me, o yorgun değil. So there is no personal ending for o. Biz, adjective is here is iyi, which is good. Biz iyi, but we're not. Değiliz. Personal ending is in the end. Biz iyi değiliz. We're not fine. We're not good. On the next one is siz, you, formal or plural. Noun I'm using is aktör. So siz, aktör, I'm negating it, adding in değil, değilsiniz. And lastly, onlar, they, FSI'da, değil. And then the personal ending is here is ler. I kept it in parentheses because if we do say our subject here as onlar, we don't need ler. But if we omit onlar, we could just read this as FSI'da değiller. So let's look at some examples. I am not in the park. So I is ben. There's no M in Turkish. Park is park. Ta is in. Ben parkta. Not is değil. Am is the personal ending for ben. Ben parkta değilim. The second one is you are not single. You is sen. Single is bekar. And negation is done by using değil. And the personal ending is sin. Sen bekar değilsin. Third example is she is not in Ankara. O in Ankara is Ankara'da. Değil is the negation, no personal ending because the subject is o. Ali is not on the bus. Ali otobüste değil. So Ali is the subject. Otobüste is on the bus. Değil is the negation. No personal ending because Ali is the third person. We are not poor. We is biz. There's no R in Turkish. Poor is fakir. And not is değil. Biz fakir değiliz. The next example is, you are not a diplomat. You is siz. There is no R. Diplomat. Negation is done with değil. Personal ending is siniz. They are not in the office. Onlar, they. Ofiste, in the office. Negation is değil. Değiller, I put it in parentheses. Because if we don't say onlar, we should use it. Ofiste değiller. Now let's look at the m question particle in to be sentences. So m question particle helps us forming yes or no questions. And these particles can be placed almost anywhere in sentences, not always in the end. Follows a four-way vowel harmony because m is containing an I. This particle does not carry stress and is written separately. Let's look at the examples. So, forming yes or no questions, the rule is still the same. We start with our subject. In this case, I just listed all of our pronouns here again as subjects. So, we have the subject, ben. Adjective is genç. And the question participle, me. And personal ending, yim. So what happens here? I, young, am I? Here we see the four-way harmony rule in two places. First, we see it in the me question participle. Because our vowel is an e here, the question particle is me. And then the personal ending, because this ends with an e, this one is an e, and I need a y buffer because the two vowels cannot be adjacent to one another. Sen çalışkan mısın? You, hard worker, are you? So çalışkan is a hard worker. So now the question particle is mı. It's the because the last vowel here in this adjective is an a. Sen çalışkan mısın? Personal ending is in the end. Now the subject is he, she, or it. The adjective is üzgün. Üzgün means sad. The question particle becomes mü because the last vowel is here it is an ü, and there is no personal ending. Thank God. And here our pronoun is biz, we. Adjective is mutlu. Mutlu is happy. And the question particle becomes a mu, according to four-way vowel harmony, because the adjective ends with the or the last while of this adjective is an u, thus the personal ending is the mu. Thus, I mean, the question particle is mu, and the personal ending is also u. We need a Y buffer here. Muyuz. So, biz mutlu muyuz? And the next example, the pronoun is siz, you, formal or plural. Noun here is evde. De is a locative. I marked it as red. At home. So me, because the last vowel is an e, the question particle is me now, and the personal ending is siniz. So siz evde misiniz? Are you at home? And the last one, the subject is onlar, they. The noun here is okul, but at school, okulda. Okulda, the question particle becomes a m because the last vowel here is an a. According to four-way vowel harmony, this has to be an I. Okul, onlar, okulda mı? Or another way of saying this would be omitting onlar, okuldalar mı? Please notice that this is different than the other five because the lar goes between the noun and the question particle, not in the end. In all the other 1, 2, 3, 4 cases here, the personal endings were still in the end. So question particle can be placed different places within a sentence. They don't always have to be at the end of the sentence. For example, when a question presents two alternatives, in English, those questions with or, participle is placed after each alternative presented and optionally connected by yoksa. Yoksa means or, but again, this is optional. So the examples here, the first one is, bu kitap mı iyi yoksa o kitap mı? Is this book good or that? So here you see the m is not in the end, not after iyi, but it's rather after m because we want to know which of those books are good, is good. This book or that book. So we placed m after kitab here in the first one, in the first alternative, and then the second alternative was o kitab, and then we put it there too, and we omitted the adjective. The second example, Ankara mı güzel, İstanbul mu? So we are asking, is Ankara nice or Istanbul nice? So again, m is repeated here after each alternative. Is the Ankara nice or is Istanbul? So Ankara mı, again, with written separately, four-way vowel harmony still applies. The last vowel was an a, so this is a m. Istanbul mu, mu, again, four-way harmony. The last vowel in Istanbul was a u, and the question particle is mu. M particle can be attached to subjects, objects, and adverbials. So what does that mean? We have some examples here. O kız çok güzel mi? So me is in the end. Is that girl very beautiful? Right? That girl very beautiful, is she? So me is all the way in the end because we are trying to find out if she is pretty or not. But in the second example, we place the me question particle after çok to find out if the girl is really very beautiful. We know she's beautiful, but is she really very beautiful? So basically, we're trying to find out the çok part. And thus, we place the mu right after çok. And again, four-way vowel harmony applies. Çok has a vowel of o, thus the mu particle becomes mu. Let's look at other examples. Siz bugün evde misiniz? You today at home, are you? So are you at home today? The misiniz right in the end. Me is the question particle. Siniz is you. So the subject here is you. Thus, we have to have a personal ending in the end. On the second example, we placed me after siz because we're trying to find out a different thing here. In the first sentence, we were trying to find out, are you at home today? In the second one, we're saying, are you the one who is at home today? We're asking you, are you the one who is at home today? So me is placed after siz, and basically our personal ending is all the way in the end, and the meaning is slightly different than on the first one. And then the third example is, in this third example, we have mu is placed after bugün. So siz bugün mü evdesiniz? You today at home. So mu, is it today that you're at home? So you're at home, but is it today that you're at home? Could be tomorrow. So this is, we're verifying the day in this sentence. Thus, we place mu right after bugün. Ü, so four-way vowel harmony. And again, personal ending is in the end. Arkadaşlar, so basically this is the end of today's video. As always, please refer to your teachers if you have any questions. And when we meet next time, we will talk about there isn't structure. Thank you for watching.